Let's go, guys. We have another game here. This time, we have Valdemar playing as the Ottomans in the color yellow. His opponent playing Chinese in the color purple. It's Demu from Team Liquid. I think we're about to see a really good match today. How are you doing? If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give a like, subscribe if you haven't already to watch more Age of Empires 4 content. Let's get into it. The other day I was doing some game development. I'm working on a small game. I say small, but it's actually a big project. It's a tactical RPG game. I don't know if you play like Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem. We're trying to create like something like that, like a little bit of action game with combined with tactical elements. And I was working on it, and you know, it feels good after so many years of doing game development. Usually at the beginning when I start creating games, it was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing something, and then it's like, oh, I don't know how to do anything. And then you spend most of the time trying to research how to do something. And after like 12 years of doing that, it's like, oh, I want to do something. I just do it. And it makes the process much more smooth. Much smoother. Smoother? More smooth. It makes it so much pleasant to work with. And, you know, I'm really excited about it. Hopefully I can see you the project soon. It looks like a really cool game. And I know it's not like RTS game, but it's actually, it has some, you know, you need your brain to use it, because it has like this feature where the attacks don't really, you know, decrease the HP of the opponent, but they decrease some other stats, and then you need to do a special attack and see how much percentage of hit rate you have, and you know, he can parry, evade, and all those stuff, and they can look at you depending on the angle of when you're attacking, and it's just really cool. So hopefully I can share with you guys more about it soon. Let's get back to this matchup, because I really like these two players. Valdemar, of course, if you haven't checked him out already, he has a YouTube channel. He does really great strategy, guys. He does coaching as well. I think I did a couple of coaching with him. I mean, I don't think, I'm sure, but it's really nice. It's really nice. I highly recommend you to check it out. Well, Demo also have a YouTube channel, so I will put up link there. He mostly put the matches that he just did on his Twitch channel. I really enjoyed. If you want to see the perspective of a player, like instead of like the caster mode, I think Demo does a great job at that. So make sure to follow these two guys. Already see the Ottomans here going to the resource. Looks like Valdemar got confused on where was his starting goal. Like, looks like he managed to put the spearman here. Looks like he's like a little bit confused here, a little bit on the dark. Like, I don't know why they sent me here. What's the meaning of life? And then he will realize, like, okay, like this is too far from the base, probably. Or maybe he's thinking like, he didn't gather any gold, so this shouldn't be the goal that he's saying. Unfortunately, the goal for Demo is on the front. Oh my god, he's gonna run into the town center. Okay, so this guy's almost halfway dead, but his mate is coming soon. It's a good thing about this. And 3-minute metro is actually edging up with 7 villagers. A little bit in a rush here. Probably because he wants to get those Sipahi as soon as possible. And it makes sense, right? Like, as soon as you age up, you can get free Sipahi. Granted, you went for the military school at the beginning, right? So, it makes sense. Like, if you rush it, like, Sipahi will come soon for you. And looks like his efforts to deny a little bit of a gold here then won't be enough. So he decides to retreat, you know. It's not much damage I can do at the moment. With China's a little bit triggered because you're in a timer. You know, the Song Dynasty, which probably Demo will go for it. It's like Demo's going for a barracks himself. Song Dynasty actually allows Demu to have more villagers than his opponent. And you know, by the time the Song Dynasty happens, you're in a timer, because the longer the game goes, granted you have the same number of town centers, the harder it will be for you to beat your opponent. Think of it like a game where the more time it passes, the harder it becomes. It's the same with China. Like, you need to kill them right away if you have the chance. Because otherwise, you're gonna be in a situation when they have like, I don't know, maybe like 80 villagers and you have like 40 or 50. That's gonna be a huge difference when you fight. You will see much more army from your opponent, and you will also see more reinforcements coming soon. So it's like kind of like a wave game. Like, it's just harder and harder to deal with that. It looks like the Barbican is coming up in the front with 9 villagers. He's gonna be rushing it. Gonna be able to protect the deer here. Definitely gonna get those taxes. Put a mill here. And you want to protect your food resources as China, of course. Like, your farm transition is really, like, expensive. You don't want to do it in the early game. So you need that army to survive. You want to go 2TC Song Dynasty, which most likely Demu's gonna be in 2TC Song Dynasty. Then you need that army to survive. And for that army, you need food. And you need to secure those food resources. So this Barbican makes perfect sense. You can actually, the Barbican can actually shoot the deer if you don't know about it. So if you see a deer close to your drop-off point, you can shoot at it. It looks like he's gonna use the scout here. Let's take a look at Valdemar's base. I already have a couple of military schools. Always feels good when you finish one military school, because they cost a stone, and it's just such a trouble to actually, it's like, they cost a lot of resources actually. So as long as you have it there, it's like one thing to worry less during the game. Granted, you don't lose them, but he's sitting with a fairly good amount of military buildings. This is the point where the Ottomans will start, you know, getting more and more military units, just because their production buildings actually work faster. If you don't know about this, like, the blacksmith actually influenced the speed of the unit production. So in every age they have like 20%, 30, 40, and if you go for the Istanbul Observatory, it increases to 60. So it's just a really it's a handful tool for the Ottomans. Like, if you wanna get that blacksmith, you wanna get those upgrades, you wanna fight in the feudal age. And now, of course, them already putting the second town center next to the stone. Actually, it's gonna be putting next to the first town center, just to be safer. You're like, you know what, I'm pretty safe here, very, very safe. And Demo is a very defensive player, so it will be very hard for the Ottomans to actually enter into Demo's base. Like I said before, he's on a timer now. Start producing militaries. I mean, that was his choice, and you know, he needs to cause some damage. Like, even one villager kill would be very good for him. Would be very, very good. A couple of archers are already here for Valdemar too. Making sure you snipe those spearmen. You don't want to lose your Sipagi. More than a couple of archers, actually. Always a spearman here where, you know, you forget to change your military schools to another unit that is not a spearman, and you get that first spearman for free. Like, at the moment, you just want to fight with it and just die, you know, just die. I didn't want you. It's like that child you didn't want, like, just you know, I don't know, that sounds so cruel, but anyway. More and more units coming for this side. I mean, this is the only side where he can attack, right? And there is no walls coming for Demo. Demo is a player that he loves playing without walls. Let's take a look at Valdemar's vision. Like, he knows he needs to attack from here. And a little bit of a misclick from Demu to the villagers, a little bit up to the front, but you can already see Demu's already on 42 villagers compared to his opponent's on 33. It looks like Valdemar will just deep dive into the base, but Trugunus are already here, dealing a lot of damage to those units. Trugunus is one of the best units in the feudal age. Granted, you have bigger numbers. 9 is not gonna do it, but you know, the longer the game goes, the more Trugunus you can have. You definitely can defend any kind of feudal aggression with enough Trugunus. Like, this is a really good unit, but no +1 range attack coming from Demo yet, no blacksmith. So these Jugonos are not gonna be as scary as they should be. Looks like Valdemar will go for another attack. Let's take a look at his base, and now that we are in 10 minutes, let's play the game where we see who has more income. Now, I believe it's gonna be the Chinese, of course. Let's take a look at it. Looks like Demu has been relocating villagers for other resources, so we're gonna see a drop in his food income, but looks like it's catching up. It's catching up. So it's gonna be like 1,000, 1.2 for Valdemar, 1.1 for Demu. Actually, Valdemar doing a really good job. I mean, this is not exactly accurate, but you can see how even having those villagers idle can really make you like lose your economy momentum here. And looks like he's going for another raid here. Archer numbers starting to look really good for Demu. And you know, those villagers are dying. It looks like they have textiles. They don't have textiles. A big mistake coming from Demu. Textiles will really guarantee that his villagers just stay alive longer. Obviously resulting less losses for him. So like another Vizier point came. I don't know which one he used. Probably to build a third military school, most likely. And Valdemar looks like he's actually going for Castle Age. Very well played by Valdemar. Like, that's something that a lot of these pro players talk about. It's you always need to have a plan B, like a backup. Like yeah, I'm doing some aggression, but I can do it with a minimal investment, right? I'm not trying to kill his base. I'm trying to, you know, destroy everything, which is a lot of players, including me, like sometimes think like that. It's like, okay, I'm gonna attack, and then it doesn't work, and then it's like, now what? And Valdemar has his priorities really clear. It's like, I just need to reduce the number of villagers. I don't need to destroy the Barbican. I don't need to ram any building. I don't need to fight with the army. I just need to disrupt his economy. And he's done a really good job at that. He's like 48 against 43 villagers, which was a lot more before. And that's definitely, you know, hurting the Chinese a lot. Jugonos still don't have +1 range attack. No blacksmith coming from them. There you go. But he doesn't have the +1 range attack yet. And Demo probably suspects. Let's take a look at his vision, because he doesn't really know how many units Valdemar has. And then he might suspect that he's going Castle Age. And if he didn't, now he knows for sure. So now what Valdemar needs to do is to gain some time to get those upgrades. Probably veterancy for the archers, veterancy for the Sipagi, or maybe get some man-at-arms, which is his choice right now. Man-at-arms are coming into the field. Where is the barracks? Don't see the barracks. Oh, it's coming from the military schools. Mechtar goes down. +2 range armor coming from for Demo, but look at that. The stealth forest actually helping Valdemar to escape. That's the problem fighting here without the scout. When you go to the high view, and this is already on the ranked map pool, so if you go to the high view and you go without a scout, you will lose the opponent's army. It's like, okay, where are you? And all this area is the stealth forest, which works really well for the aggressors like civilizations like French or the Ottomans, where you just constantly want to attack. You want to retreat, just go to the stealth forest, and they will be able to catch you. We already have a mix of lancers here. Man-at-arms. Archers not gonna get veterancy. They don't deserve it, apparently. So it's just gonna be brand new units. It's like when you have money to, like, you know, like upgrade something you already have. It's like, no, actually I'm gonna buy a new thing. I'm gonna upgrade. Like, oh, I can upgrade my computer. I can buy a totally new one. Or I can, just clean my shoes or actually, buy a new one. And then look at how fast he's catching up. He's on 63 villagers. So Valdemar, despite doing a really good job and going into Castle Age in the back of his base, he's still on a timer. Because, I mean, he's done a really good job, but the longer the game goes, the harder it will be for him, and Castle Age is just gonna make it even harder for him. And looks like he will spot the Age up here. This is the worst time you can have for aging up when your opponent is next to you. Finally, when that happens, like the opponent just hit the jackpot, It's like, okay, then let's just kill the villagers who are trying to age up, and he's doing it. But looks like the age up will happen here. If it doesn't age up, I think it's GG for Demu, but looks like he will. And if there's something that can save Demu's life, it's a Nest of Peace. It looks like he's gonna go for veterancy in the Trugunus. Has plenty of them, so I don't think he's gonna die anytime soon. He has the Barbican here, has the town center attacking, so he still needs, he still can hold up. You just need to make sure your Tugunu numbers are not really decreasing by a lot. And now the Mangonel joins the show here, and this is exactly what Valdemar needs to deal with that Tugunu mass. Valdemar throwing a shot here, managed to get some villagers damage here. No textiles yet for Demu. It looks like he's just now sending more and more units. 3 military schools, I don't know if there is a 4th one. Started to get relics. Barracks are already there, so it's gonna be a man-at-arms fiesta soon. Like the town center may potentially go down. Archers just trying to snipe any kind of villagers, any kind of spearman here. Springle managed to take down the Mangonel, but don't worry, another Mangonel is coming soon for the Ottomans for free. And now the knight will just tank all the damage. Plus those man-at-arms on the front. It's like Valdemar will click this up. The knight went to snipe the Springle. Very tanky Springle, actually. Clock Tower Springle always have a little bit tankier, like more damage. And well, although distraction can actually not be a distraction. Actually, what was trying to gather and get those villagers here. Distraction coming everywhere. Now the man-at-arms still in your base. Now, Demo, we have seen him in war situations, so this is a guy who came back from the dead. Like, we have seen him lost his landmarks, lost half of his villagers, and he still can do a comeback. This is the type of guy you're fighting with, so you cannot let him breathe for a moment. Which is exactly what the Ottomans are really good for. He just keeps sending units here. Sending units everywhere here. Going for a raid here. It's like there is no tower, no place to garrison here, and Demu will lose more villagers. And for the first time of this match, Valdemar has more villagers than Demu. It's actually more than that, because those military buildings work as a passive income. So it's just way higher than that, and Demu taps out. Actually, after a surrender, all the buildings get destroyed. Is that a new thing? Oh my god. That's a new update. Hope you enjoyed this match, and I will put a link in the description where you can follow those players. I will see you in the next one.